Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling with Savage. We're glad to have you here. The Savage Kingdom is strong and it's growing every day, every week. It's going to continue to do what it's supposed to do, which is take over the whole world. Now, we have somebody back in the chat to analyze. Mick, what's going on, brother? Of course, I missed you. Why wouldn't I miss your beautiful face in this chat every day, talking to us and letting us know what you think? I know sometimes you get a little upset with what we have to say here on Wrestling with Savage, but you know what? That's just the way it is. When you're talking about professional wrestling, you're talking about something a lot of people are going to have different opinions about different things. And there's a lot to talk about this week on the weekly update. SmackDown kicked us off. Of course, we're on the road to WrestleMania, people. WrestleMania, 25 days away, I believe. And this shit is getting crazy. Jay, it's getting crazy. WrestleMania is getting crazy. We know you. Hold on. Good shirt, by the way. I love that shirt. Just calm down.
Waiting.
Well, you can celebrate all you want, man. Listen, we already got 2 of the main events for WrestleMania announced, right? We already know night 1. We know night 2. We found out night 2 is also going to have Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. And if they have anything like they had, at that last match where Seth won clean, by the way, my God, we're in for a treat. That match was a banger, and I'm hyped for night 2 because night 2 is the night I'm going to probably 100% dedicate that whole day to that day. Like for me, WrestleMania is on Sunday. Always has been, always will be. If I get a chance, I might go watch the tag team match on Saturday, but I really don't give a crap about any match on night 1 except the main event. So I could show up to Mania at 10 o'clock on night 1, watch the tag team match, and get the hell out of there. And I'll leave before it ends, too.
I got to say something. You know, Mick, you come here, you change your name, now you tantalize it like Tony, and we already know Savage put him in his place. I can't even believe he took his name, God's sake. Now you come back all of a sudden. We're supposed to be happy? I know you get upset. But we upset at you, buddy. Where you been?
I'm not upset at Mick.
Where you been?
Where you been, Mick? Mick is an outstanding member of the Savage Kingdom. Okay, he went off on a little adventure. He came back. He went to travel and do magical shit with analyzing Tony. That's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal because Mick doesn't know any better. Mick doesn't know that Tony is a jabroni.
Mick knows better. Damn it, he left us.
The real YouTube champion.
He's told
the real YouTube champion is right here, right now. It's Savage. Savage is the greatest talker in the world of professional wrestling today, whether it's in the ring or on this stream. My opinion is more valid than David LaGreca's. My opinion is more valid than Vince McMahon's at this point because I've been watching wrestling, at least the WWE product, since day 1. For me, since the day I was born, I was watching wrestling. Wrestling was in my house before I could even form a word. I was seeing visions of Iron Sheik and Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man Randy Savages of this world. So for me, wrestling is deep, Jay. And Mick loves wrestling as much as I love wrestling. Maybe even more. I don't know if that's possible, but maybe. But dude, WrestleMania. It's coming, man. We had SmackDown Friday night, of course, to continue the build-up. And we're going to talk about this. I want to go into this Prime sponsorship. Randy Orton RKO'd KSI on the Prime logo, which was on SmackDown, but I didn't see it on Monday Night Raw, unless I'm blind as a bat. But it's definitely on the SmackDown brand. That Prime bottle is there. Jay, did you watch SmackDown? And what do you think about the Prime placement? And what do you think about the opening segment?
I thought the opening segment was good. I like the RKO that he did on KSI. should lead to a match that we're all expecting. But about the sign, I mean, I'm not surprised at it, Savage. Think about it. You know, Prime is kind of working with UFC. UFC is under the same umbrella as WWE with TKO. So it's not a really surprise for me. It's actually a good thing for Logan Paul. I mean,
dude, he's going to be such an interesting part of this company moving forward. They're going to make so much money from this. And it was definitely a matter of time before it happened, especially with TKO now taking over. Like you said, All Real Sports has advertisements all up and down the ring. Even some of the boxers, they have it on their own gear.
Yeah, NBA jerseys, soccer jerseys.
Everybody does it. Everybody does it. We'll see if they're going to let anybody else on that ring map before WrestleMania. Maybe we'll see a big Snickers bar on there. But Randy Orton teamed up with Kevin Owens to defeat Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. I just feel bad for Austin Theory and Grayson Waller right now because they're just like, you know, they're going up against an unstackable, like, opposition.
They've been losing for like the last 2 months, but
what are you going to do? You're getting in the ring with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens right there. Yeah, it is what it is right now.
This was a good match. I was a little upset though. I'm gonna tell you why, but it was a good match. I like when they did that. The launch that actually hit into the RKO that KO did it like a pop-up RKO. I thought that was really nice. It was something new. But I am upset, Savage.
Right.
You know, I did say a minute ago that Logan Paul should lead up with Randy Orton, but now that I'm seeing the end of this when he almost hit KO, I'm kind of thinking it's going to be a triple threat, and I don't want to see that.
Okay, Jay, Mick wants to know how you're doing.
Well, I'm doing good, brother, but Jesus Christ, you want to walk up and leave and make videos? I don't know what you're doing. What are you making videos of? What are you doing?
Let Mick do whatever he wants. Mick can do whatever he wants. But like I've been telling you, Austin Theory is a star. And all this is happening for a reason. It's a great learning. Listen, it's a great learning lesson because you ask me all the time questions. Well, as a wrestler, what do you think? Well, as a wrestler, if I was getting to work with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens right now at the age of 26, I'm thinking I'm in a good spot right now, whether I'm getting my ass kicked or not. He's learning a lot out there, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is just going to lead to him main eventing a WrestleMania with maybe Randy Orton coming up because they're putting on clinics. But just short-spanned clinics. Seeing them in a well-built-up storyline down the road, a hungrier, more experienced, more prepared, more aggressive Austin Theory down the road is going to be a problem in the WWE.
We're going to have to stop with this bullshit and making it seem like this guy is going to main event WrestleMania. There is some things lacking in his in-ring skills, okay? That is not connecting with the audience. It's not just me. It's anywhere they go.
I think his in-ring skills are unquestionably top-notch.
No.
His connection with the fans.
Listen, he is not connecting with the fans.
He's a young heel right now. In my opinion,
I don't want to hear the excuses. You gave this guy. Listen, the only reason I don't want to hear the excuses is because you gave this guy the pedestal. You gave him a briefcase. You gave him wins. He was winning for almost a year, for God's sakes.
So what? It's all backbone. It's all storyline.
And now, since we finally see the real Austin Theory, I don't see that coming anytime soon unless he connects with the fans. Now, I want to ask you this question.
But what makes the connections with the fans, Jay? It's storylines. They need to do a better storyline with him. He has to have a more intricate storyline, more
Savage. We gave him everything.
Serious,
we gave him John Cena, for God's sakes. What storyline?
Yeah, come on, but that's listen. It's a part-time guy. You're working with a part-time guy. Cena's a part-time guy. Okay. You need a long-term story.
I'm going to change to Theory because I think he sucks. But when you saw Randy Orton almost hit KO, did you get the impression that it would lead to a triple threat at WrestleMania?
It's a possibility. You're not doing anything else with him right now. We're going to move on to Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross. They tore each other apart in a no-contest match. Jay, what did you think of this? Do you think this is going to lead to a big match showdown, I guess, at WrestleMania?
I think we're throwing the kitchen sink at these guys right here in Karrion Kross. What the hell? We give him a group. We give him a faction. We give him the hottest wife that he has. For God's sakes, he kicks Lashley's ass in this match, which I was totally surprised of. He's got more offensive moves than Lashley in this match. He's showcasing us his skills, but it's not connecting. And it's not working. This was an average match. And guess what? Another DQ. This should lead. Honestly, I think this is going to lead to a 6-man at WrestleMania. I really do.
Yeah, probably.
I really
That's a
do.
great call. I can see that happening 100%. Karrion Kross now having the mustache, whole different look going on here. Does look like he looks good.
Listen, I don't hate him. He looks like a star, but it's just not connecting with the fans. What more can we give him? We gave him.
It's kind of hard. How are you going to have this connection with the fans when all the fans, they're coming to the show and they're clamoring for The Rock to come out? They're all just waiting for The Rock to come out.
Yeah,
The Rock,
don't tell me that The Rock
shadowing everybody, bro. These guys are all getting. Listen, it's a new term. It's a new term, and it was started here on Wrestling with Savage, March 12th, 2024. These men have been rock blocked.
These men have been booked badly. Lashley has been booked as a
Tiffany Stratton defeats Michin yet again. Here's the highlights. Michin comes out. Tiffany Stratton wins. Highlights.
Yeah, once again, I think Michin is poorly underutilized, and I think people need to start paying attention to Michin because she could elevate someone, and this match showed it in Tiffany Stratton. It was an easy win for her. She lost her step a little bit on the perfect moonsault, but she regained perfectly, hit it on the mark. I'm surprised, Savage. She's getting a lot of positive momentum out there from the crowd everywhere she goes, and that's really a good sign for her to move to win a championship somewhere down the road.
Oh, 100%. I told you she's going to 100% win.
It sure is.
Yeah, it's just not going to be right now at Mania, but it'd be interesting to see if she's going to be involved in Mania in some kind of way. Well, you know what I would like to see?
I would put her on. I would put her on the show, to be honest.
In my opinion, they need to go back to the original format. Money in the Bank should be part of WrestleMania. Night 1 should go on to be traditionally the women's Money in the Bank match, and Night 2 should go on to be the men's Money in the Bank match. And Night 1 should be about featuring the women, and every year one woman is the main event of Night 1, the women's division. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give them one of the nights.
I agree with you.
There's men and there's women, right? You want to treat them all fairly and shit. Night 1 is, the female-heavy WrestleMania, the women's titles, the women's tag team titles, women's Money in the Bank.
It's just
phenomenal.
It's just a shame that the men have dominated Night 1 and Night 2, and not any woman will be main eventing.
To me, Rhea Ripley, 100%, if I really want to talk about it, deserved the main event this year's WrestleMania at Night 1, in my opinion. The Rock tag team match should open the show, especially considering three of the guys in that match have to wrestle the next night. So you would think, statistically, with how much time before that next match, you'd want to put them on at the beginning of the night so they can get the maximum amount of rest and rehab and all that to get ready for the next night. That's not the case. Like you said.
They're taking a real big chance, those guys. Anything could happen.
Listen, big chance, not big chance. Listen, at the end of the day, if they get the job done, Night 1 and Night 2, like, you can't. How can you say anything about Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, The Rock, guys, double main evented? This will probably never happen again. Maybe it might never happen again where you get a double main event from the same people.
Roman should break the record because he's main eventing twice. Night 1.
Roman Reigns not losing at WrestleMania. Dragon Lee defeats
Angel. I'm saying he should break the record then because he's hosting. He's main eventing Night 1 and Night 2. Yeah. Right. So he's tied with Triple H at 7. So that should be 9. So he should be 9 main event WrestleMania matches. That's impressive.
Maybe.
That's impressive.
Either way, his career has been nothing
Very
but money.
Impressive.
Nothing but money. What'd you think of this matchup? What do you have?
It was just an average. I like that we finally saw Dragon Lee, so I'm glad he's on SmackDown. It's really good to see him. I had really high hopes for him, but it was decent. It wasn't something to go wow, just setting up story with Ray and LWO and all that. So
either way, they're building great superstars here. Giving these guys the TV time they've been giving them over the last couple of weeks is really going to solidify their place in like the new generation's experience. They're going to be looking at these guys as like those elite tag team guys. They're ready to be champions though. One day they're all being bred to be tag team champions, intercontinental champions. I could totally see Santos Escobar being maybe the one to beat Gunther. I could believe it down the road.
Former champions, so.
That's for sure. But now we get into the, I guess according to Gunther, the creme de la creme of SmackDown, which is Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins coming out, accepting The Rock and Roman Reigns WrestleMania challenge. Okay, and they did all the glitz and the glamour, and then The Rock's entrance, by the way. The perfection of his entrance at this point and how good it looked.
Brand new.
How insane.
It was brand new. It was brand new. Everything went dark. Remember?
Yes. He came out like Undertaker shit with the lightning bolt.
Yeah. It was cool. It was
very cool. It was awesome. It made up for the, I would say mediocre promo between all four guys.
I'm gonna agree with you to a degree. Yes.
Compared to everything else we've heard and seen, I will say this. I was impressed with Seth Rollins a little bit more than anybody else in this ring. I think he took advantage of the limited time he had to get his point across. Did Roman Reigns go over the top by calling this guy a cross-dresser?
That's what they were saying online, that he kind of went over the top. But I loved it. I loved the line.
I thought it was natural. And, he just being himself and going out there talking shit. To me, it was just talking trash. He's talking trash to him because he's basically wearing his wife's clothes out the ringside is basically what I think Roman is trying to insinuate. And the Tribal Chief's probably not wrong. I love Seth Rollins.
Who wears a puffy coat in Dallas, Texas?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. The gold title does stand out much more over that black, whatever the hell that thing is. Looks like a blanket.
I'm not a Seth fan.
Looks like a comforter.
I don't know what he's wearing.
Cody Rhodes slaps the hell out of The Rock. Who do you think slapped harder? The Rock slapped him harder, or did Cody slap him harder?
I'm gonna say Cody.
I think Cody slapped that shit out of The Rock.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think Cody.
I like that part.
You know what I hate about it? That the time was over.
Yeah, I heard that one of
them. It was still going.
I heard that one of the camera guys was yelling at The Rock to speed it up because the show ends at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. And we couldn't get it back. I thought the next day I'd go on YouTube and nope. Nothing.
Copy that, Mick. Everybody go check out Analyzing Mick over here. He's been making videos. Go check him out. But yeah, The Rock was all over the place, man.
I got the impression when I saw this that yes, it was mediocre. There was nothing great about it besides the slap. But I got the impression that Roman, once Seth talked, I got the impression that Roman kind of mocked Cody, like, oh, really? Like he's going to accept you're the golden child, you're the prodigy, you're supposed to beat me, but this guy over here is accepting the match that my cousin, one of the greatest, called you out. I saw that mocking. I don't know if you caught it, but it could lead to some sort of story and some tension between Cody and Rollins.
I think what's about to happen over the course of the next 4 months, The Rock is going to wrestle way more than just WrestleMania. I think The Rock's going to end up having a match with Seth. He's going to having a match with Cody, and he's probably going to end up having a match with Roman at Mania. I can see him play himself into the story all the way till next year. Because don't forget, the last time The Rock came back, he didn't just come back for like one stop. He came back for Manias.
You have to take him out then. You have to have Solo and Roman and everybody put the beat down and Solo with the spike a few times, just like it did Cena to take him out. At least for
that would be a great story too. What if The Rock tries to screw Roman at Mania Night 2 and then Solo just takes him out? I mean, it's as simple as that. Nobody else comes in.
Keep him off TV. Keep him off TV.
And then the first match, no, you don't even take him off TV. You set up the next match. No, you set up the match in Saudi Arabia. You set up the match in Saudi Arabia. The Rock versus Solo Sikoa.
So everybody's going to Saudi now all of a sudden?
Yeah. No, I heard it's happening 100%. I'm telling you, you're going to be surprised when you see it. The Rock is going to wrestle probably 3 or 4 matches all the way up to SummerSlam. All right, so you better know your role. Shut your mouth. Because it doesn't matter what you think, man.
Doesn't he got skin cream to sell?
Man,
come on. He does.
He films all his movies on a portable green screen nowadays. At this point, they have AI that can CGI this guy into any movie, and you wouldn't even know. Are you kidding me? He sold his soul already.
This guy?
Yeah, they can CGI him.
I'm going to say on record, Batista is a better actor than The Rock. I'm going to say it right there.
I'll say it right now. Peacemaker is better than anything The Rock has ever filmed.
Oh, my God. What are you telling me? Done 1 and Done 2 is bad. Batista is killing it, right?
Listen,
he's underrated.
I saw part 1 recently, and it was phenomenal.
Yes,
phenomenal movie. I loved it. I can't wait to watch part 2. I actually want to go see it in the theaters.
Yeah, and it got great reviews.
But at the end of the day, these guys, listen, they come out and they don't need to do anything because the amount of star power that's in that ring right now, it's unparalleled to any other feeling, especially if you're there live. Just seeing these 4 guys in the ring at the same time, doesn't matter if they don't throw one punch. It's money.
I was disappointed.
So, all right, you were disappointed in SmackDown. World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins tried to provoke Drew McIntyre in an intense war of words. Now, this was much better promo work between Drew and Seth than what we saw Friday night from those 4 guys. I thought this was maybe the promo segment of the week, actually. I thought they killed it. I loved how Drew mentioned certain things that are kind of like tabooish a little bit, and he kind of, kept on making sure he kept Punk included in all this.
He is planting
seeds. And then just his facials, his work that he's doing with Seth Rollins, who came out and I thought cut a very good promo. No mistakes. Came out looking like a rock star.
Right.
Came out looking like a world champion. And they built up this match without having to lay fingers on each other. And I think they can continue to do that. They're going to have something special at Mania.
Now, I'm going to disagree with you, but I am going to agree with you that Drew is killing it. He is killing it. He's doing his best work, I think, since the COVID era. I thought this was just good. Not bad, not average, good. But I also feel like it's weird, right? Because I'm assuming Seth is the face going into this match, obviously. And it's like a weird approach that, I'm going to come out here, or the direction is, you know what, Seth, don't care about this guy. Walk away from him. La, 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 la. Act like that. But I feel like you're giving it away. I feel now more than ever that Drew will win the World Heavyweight Championship just because of what I saw on this promo. I just feel like it's weird for a face to not care about probably your toughest opponent that you fought over the past year for the belt. And let's not forget the last time these two fought. It was crazy with that weird kick out rope. But I just feel like you're giving it away. And I think they really did mess up here. Because it could also lead to Rollins heel, right? I feel like you're giving it away.
Maybe, but I either way, I think we're going to get a hell of a match at WrestleMania between these two guys. And I want to see more of this. I don't want to see any fighting until the match. I want to build it up until night 2 and be as excited about it as I can and just enjoy the hell out of it. I think it's going to be a good one. I think Drew McIntyre is also going to win in front of that live Philadelphia crowd. And I also think that Damian Priest is going to cash in. And
I would love that.
He's going to take that title from him. Damage Control is going to do their thing on Monday Night Raw.
Horrible. Jesus. We'll get into that.
We got to see what faction's going to come out of that's an interesting conversation. Which faction's going to come out of WrestleMania with the most gold? Might just be the Judgment Day.
The Final Testament.
Or the Judgment Day might break up because they lose the tag team titles.
Nah.
Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think they're losing any. I don't think anybody's losing a title at Mania except for Sky.
Somebody got to lose the title.
Sky to Bayley. But we have Becky Lynch defeating Liv Morgan.
Gotta have one more.
What did you think of this match?
Okay, this was match of the night for me. I thought these women got a lot of time and they were kicking ass, and I was loving every near fall that they were going. I thought Liv had it won twice. The power bomb on the outside was crazy. I can't believe Lynch took that. Especially, the big match at Mania. She's taking a lot of risks, Savage, but it's paying off because this match was really good. And you know what, Savage? I am now believing that down the road, Liv Morgan will be the one to dethrone either or after Mania. And I could believe it after watching this match.
I'm not there. I'm not there with that on you, but yes, this was a great match. I don't think it was match of the night, but it was definitely a great match. Moments after her win, the man came face to face with Rhea Ripley. This was a good little standoff, good little promo by Bex. I'm excited about this match too, but I don't think Rhea Ripley's losing to Becky.
I'm just surprised Travis Scott was there not promoting anything.
Yeah, Travis Scott is here. Fans going crazy for him. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. This was probably the weirdest moment of the night. Ivy now, Maxine Dupree, and Candice LeRae kind of like, didn't she like snap on her basically because she tried to do the worm?
Here was the weirdest moment of the night. Maxine did not mess up. She actually looked good. That's the weirdest moment of the night right there. But let me tell you something. I love this Savage. I love it. I'm going to tell you why. Nothing was going well with LeRae the last 6 to 8 months since she debuted as a face. This is where she belongs. We all saw it in the way with her husband, Johnny Gargano, and Indy Hartwell. It looks like Indy Hartwell is still facing. Can't believe LeRae actually said all those things. But Savage, everything she said about this woman was true. You know it. I know it. Everybody here watching it knows it. That's why it was funny and it was good. Because it's true. Nobody wants you here. What are you doing here? Everybody makes fun of you in the locker room. You suck. And it was so good. And LeRae is good as a heel than a face. And it could elevate her to places and get Indy Hartwell out of her coattail so she could be singles and be in a group like it was in the old days.
Well, guys, if anybody's going to know the truth about what happens in a WWE locker room, it's Jay here. Nobody's in a WWE locker room more than Jay. He was there when all these people were calling her a loser. He heard it, apparently, from Jay's mouth. He saw it from his eyes to his ears, through his mouth. He's telling you all that Maxine Dupree, everyone in the WWE locker room thinks she's a loser.
She is. You're telling me in the locker room,
she's a loser, but you thought she looked good. You said
that was the weird thing. That was the weird thing. Maybe because she did basic moves, but like a reverse caterpillar, like.
Okay, we'll move on to an emotional. Cody Rhodes vowed to bring his family the undisputed WWE Universal title at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes coming out, obviously looking fantastic. Great suit, sits down with Michael Cole. Tells Michael Cole, I thought this was the kicker of the night. Cole, you're going to get to tell everybody at WrestleMania that Cody finished his story.
Obviously. Who else would get the call? But I'm going to tell you something. This was a very emotional promo by Cody, but this is what I didn't like. When Michael Cole was saying, oh, how can you trust Rollins, and said all those reasons, I think they should have dug a little more into that, because that actually builds tension and that actually gets more people excited and more anticipated. I think they dropped that really big in this promo. I think they should have continued, and I think Cody should have explained a little more into it. So I thought it was a drop ball right there.
That's not a bad take. Maybe they're going to spend these, because we're still a few weeks away. It's not like right around the corner. We got over 3 weeks.
It's March.
Almost 4 weeks.
We need to get the wheels.
What I'm saying is, over the next 4 weeks, maybe we're going to start seeing something happen with Seth and Cody to just start adding a little bit of that dissension there. And then people are like, oh, man, are they even going to make it to WrestleMania, let alone win at WrestleMania? We'll see if that's going to happen. The Kabuki Warriors go on to defeat Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark for the tag team titles. They were on the line. And you kind of had to know this was going to happen here.
The DQ.
What's the plan, though, for the Mania? Like, do you see Shayna and Zoe maybe winning the titles at Mania?
I see the same thing they're doing with the men's tag team. They're going to do the same with the women. I think you and I called it a few weeks back.
Probably.
Get a bunch of teams in and challenge for the belts.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, look, there goes Dakota Kai.
All right, I actually enjoyed this. Damian Priest versus R-Truth, who pretty much did every move that John Cena does tonight.
It was a fun match. I think that was the kicker.
This was definitely the fun match of the night, and well done.
Yeah,
R-Truth looked good. I like that they gave him. I love that they gave him the mic to come out and do his old school "What's up?" Had the pop, had the crowd going. He's over.
Yeah. They were going with the Cena moves. They were.
Listen, they love it. They love
that at Mania. Ooh,
they love it. What do you think we're going to see from R-Truth?
You're the one that's gonna say you can't see me in front of 70,000 people.
I will not be saying those words.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
You're gonna be one of them say like, you can't see
I'm
me.
not doing it. Damian Priest looked awesome though. Great choke slam here.
Yes,
Kind of looked like a rough bump right there from Truth, but guy's a vet. Oh boy, main event. Jey Uso coming out, basically telling his brother, "That's it, man. It's on at WrestleMania. Me and you, brother versus brother." Go ahead, Jay.
I feel sorry for Jay because he's actually on fire. This was simple, effective, but here's the problem. Jimmy has not wrestled in single matches for a long, long time. So it's hard for me to get into this match. I think this is one of the matches besides Bailey and Io Sky that is disappointing to me as a wrestling fan because you could have built something. Now, this guy main evented last year with his brother. You're telling me brother versus brother when we all called it was going to be hot. It was going to be the match. It was going to be a lot of storytelling. It was built for over 2, 3, 4 years, for God's sakes. And they just cut it into this kind of promo with him calling it out. And now we're going to have a match. It just lost all that valuable to me. And I feel sorry for that. I think creative really dropped a big ball here, especially with Jimmy, how he was booked.
Not a bad take, man. If it wasn't for The Rock coming back this year, I mean, this could have maybe even main evented night one.
At least co-main event or like the next tier.
Where do you think we see this on the card right now on Mania? Is this a night 2 match?
It has to be second, third match. It has to be.
On night 1?
It has to be. I think night 1, if you want to knock those tag titles, maybe you should start that because that's a long match and that'll get everybody into it. So they'll be hyped for the first 10, 15 minutes. But this, I think they dropped the ball with this.
It's going to be interesting to see what match kicks off WrestleMania, man. Keep it moving. This last main event on Raw, I thought was great.
Match.
I love this Raw. I actually had a really good time watching this Raw. I thought it was a well-built Raw. A lot of content, a lot of storytelling, and then at the end of the night, a lot of wrestling to close out the show, close out the night. But I am devastated with the results here because I feel like as much as Sami Zayn has paid his dues, Bronson Reed, great guy, great talent, but he just got here. All right, Sami beats him. Sami beats Shinsuke Nakamura somehow. The match starts off, by the way, we're going in order, okay? JD McDonough and Ricochet absolutely put on a clinic.
Yes.
Ricochet got the win. End of story.
Yes.
JD McDonough got to show the WWE Universe what he's capable of in a 20-minute spot match almost. They absolutely carried the load of this match on their shoulders. Poor Ricochet couldn't survive.
Last match.
Bronson Reed couldn't survive, but Bronson Reed couldn't survive Sami. Now, what I didn't like about this is you've been building Bronson as an absolute monster, but Sami just comes out here and just obliterates him. Just squashes him. He's gone. Done. Now we go to Shinsuke and Sami. And we dump on Nakamura, too, even though we've been building him up like a boss, and he just gets dumped on by Sami, too. Sami just goes on a roll. Now we get Gable in here, who's legitimately over worldwide right now with the WWE Universe. And the fact that his hashtag isn't trending more than Cody Rhodes, everybody, the whole WWE Universe needs to get behind this man right now over the next 5 weeks. He needs to be in that triple threat. It should be a triple threat. Sami, him, and Gunther, somehow, some way, he needs to get in that. But that's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. And this was the wrong decision. Sami Zayn is so established at this point. He main evented WrestleMania last year. He had his moment. This year, where's his story? I don't see it. It's not a good one. It's not anything I'm interested in. What reason do we have to let him defeat Gable over here, who's literally been transforming in front of our eyes over the last couple of years, turning into like the best pound for pound actual wrestler in the company? Great promos, great character work, has been a good job as a heel, pissing off the crowds, telling them a shush and doing everything you've asked him to do and doing it better than anybody else that you would have asked. That's how good he is. Why isn't he being given the chance to at least beat Gunther at WrestleMania in a clinic of a match? That match will be way better than anything Sammy will produce with Gunther. I'm sorry, but Gable's better than Sami Zayn. He's better than him in every single way.
And Gable's story is more compelling than Sami Zayn. I said it before. When he fought Gunther, Gunther embarrassed him in front of his family, and he got the win. This was the story they should have went into WrestleMania. I totally agree with you 100%. And just to put everybody facts out there, because they may not be a Sami Zayn fan, but he is a 3-time Intercontinental Champion, okay? Chad Gable, when Michael Cole said he has won 0 championships in WWE, including NXT, I mean, come on. Is it easy to not say that's where the story should have been?
I'll give them this.
I don't get it.
They killed the match was great. The last match was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
It had me on the edge of my seat because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm thinking in my head, Gable is a lock for this.
I can't believe they gave it to him.
They just give it to Sammy, and it surprised and shocked the hell out of me because I feel like this is the most undeserving win of this man's career. And this decision is not one that I will hold lightly. I'm very upset by this. I thought Gable has one of the most deserving guys on the roster as far as the work that I've seen him do on TV. My God, man.
Yeah, agreed.
But you know what? What if this is the only way that I would understand this decision? What if we've already seen Gable lose to Gunther? They didn't want to let him lose to Gunther again because they want him to be the one to beat Gunther, but just not now. Sammy's just going to be fed to Gunther. Sammy was probably picked more to be fed only because they're like, you know what? We got something with Gable, but we can't just pull the trigger yet because we need Gunther's reign to be a little longer. I think they want to keep him in line. I feel like when Roman loses his title is when Gunther's going to lose his title. Something like that.
I would say do a triple threat, but there's too many 6-mans and tag teams.
There's no storyline to make it work. There's no storyline to make it work unless Gable just snaps.
Can't do it.
Tries to kill both of them.
Who knows?
This is match, Mania, right here.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
All right, let's just get through this crap real quick. The Rock playing significant role in WWE Hall of Fame class. Inductions this year. I'm curious to see what that's going to be, but I've heard that he is going to have an intricate part in everybody's induction. WWE wants The Rock for an upcoming Saudi Arabia show, like I mentioned earlier today. So you will see The Rock continuing to wrestle. John Cena basically said flat out, when he hits 50 years old, he's done. He's 50 years old is his absolute age limit to never wrestle again after that. LA Knight accuses Kevin Nash of taking food off of his table, probably because Kevin Nash was talking a lot of trash about LA Knight. I don't know if I agree with that. I think he's entitled to his opinion. Chad Gable admits to feeling directionless after crushing defeat on yesterday's Monday Night Raw. My God, I can only imagine how he feels. Dakota Kai brands Bayley as an overrated failure after yesterday's Monday Night Raw. Dakota Kai, let's see what role she's going to play in WrestleMania. Baron Corbin says that him and Braun Breaker need to be in that tag team title picture at WrestleMania 40, and I couldn't agree more. Why not? If anybody's going to beat Judgment Day, it should be these guys. Let them be co-tag team champions. TKO director Nick Khan revealed as key figure in Vince McMahon lawsuit. I wonder if he took Brock Lesnar's spot.
Maybe.
Zilla Fatu links up with Jey Uso amid the WWE rumors. I believe we will be seeing Zilla soon in the WWE. The question remains, will it be before or after WrestleMania? But right now, it's time. It's time. We talk about his favorite. You're absolutely the winner. Go ahead. Tell us about our opening match here, sir.
Yeah, it wasn't the smoothest match because obviously there was the miss her Karana spots. OTM doesn't know how to take. It was okay. I thought the Joaquin Wild spot when he launched in the air and fell on top of it on the outside, that was just awesome. I thought that was a great spot. LWO, believe it or not, utilize more better in NXT than they are in SmackDown. Let's face it. They're getting a lot of wins and they're looking good, and Joaquin Wild looks like an MVP. So the match wasn't the smoothest, but it was good.
It was definitely a good match. These guys showing exactly who they are. That springboard 450 off the top rope, awesome. Phenomenal. The way he launched himself off that dude's back over the top ropes. They're in ring work right now, absolutely killing it. Probably two of the most athletic athletes you're ever going to see in your life. What they're doing in that wrestling ring consistently, very difficult. Very difficult to do and not make mistakes on live TV, of all places, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll let you take this. What did you think of this nonsense?
I'm seeing probably one of the confidence rookies that I have seen in history since Braun Breaker is Obafemi. He's killing it. I mean, you put him in a backstage, you put him in a parking lot, you put him anywhere. The guy can talk and he has confidence, and it showed right here. I could care less about Jensen.
Hey, Don, I thought Gable was going to turn heel there for a second as well, but that didn't happen. I wish it would have happened. That would have been awesome. This was an okay little spot right here. We move on to Chase U and Thea Hale getting ready for her matchup and basically talking to her boys. Let's see. We're going to have a little match. But let Jay talk to us about Roxanne Perez. Were you impressed with her 5 to 7 minute promo? Because I'll tell you this. I wasn't impressed by her 30-second promo, but go ahead.
I'm going to go right into Ava. Not only her in-ring is bad, now we're seeing her mic skills are bad. She's so bad, people, that she got caught off by Tatum Paxley. But let's go to Roxanne Perez. First heel promo, it was solid. I thought it delivered because if you deliver like that, we're speaking facts, which she did. She did not lie about anything. You're getting me more interested in seeing more of what you could do with this character as a heel. I think it worked here. I thought it was solid enough for me to care about next week about what she's going to say. So, yes, it was good. Ava, very bad.
Actually, I'm going to give Roxanne Perez a lot of credit. I thought she came off very believable. And she seemed very comfortable with coming out there and just talking trash because that's all she was doing. I mean, it was no different than any typical heel promo, going over their accolades, why they're better than you, the usual. But her delivery was very believable. I think she's going to be a natural heel. She needs to start doing some real heel shit like all the time just to keep that like badass little image that she has going. Also looks good in the ring though. I mean,
this is bad. I mean, you know why? Let me tell you why it's bad. It's not bad because she's the talk of The Rock's daughter. It's bad because every time she talks, she's not having the impact with the crowd or who she's talking with. And that's bad because I'm seeing it. If that makes sense.
We're going to see Trick Williams later tonight. They're trying to hype everybody up in the crowd, but we're getting to this little vignette of the Don at dinner with the new family member, and they're celebrating. We get a little interruption by the NXT champion, Dijak, who sits in, and then we get even more because the Don doesn't take this lightly. He feels like this is disrespectful of Dijak to just, Dijak, Dragunov over here, to just come in and interrupt. They kidnap his ass, throw him in a car, take him to a bridge, but we'll get to that later tonight. You want to just sit? We'll talk about what you thought about it later tonight?
We get to the end later on.
All right, now we move into this match with Lexis King over here. Mr. Stone, very good match. Mr. Stone, phenomenal worker. Looked like he took an absolute beating in front of his kids. And I agree with Booker T. Don't bring your kids to work, okay? Don't bring your kids.
If your kids is there, why didn't the cameraman show us the kids? Because I didn't see no kids in the whole thing. I was just hearing the kids were there. Let me tell people, Von Wagner is so bad that Mr. Stone has to wrestle. That's how bad Von Wagner is. But I think Nexus King needed this win, Savage, because there's something missing in him, and this gives him a little more heat boost. So, kudos.
I thought he looked great tonight. Great finish, great match, great knees to the face. Everything looked very real, very legit. Brian Pillman definitely needed this. Brian Pillman Jr. definitely needs this momentum, just like you said. I agree with you.
Yeah, needs a boost.
King over here. I wonder if they're ever going to start calling him Brian Lexus Pillman. So,
unless somebody brings it up.
We find out that Cleveland is going to host SummerSlam this year at the Cleveland Browns Stadium. Cleveland's actually not that.
About that. I don't know how I feel. I never liked the Browns Stadium.
You've never been there. You been there?
No, TV, man. CBS.
You want? Would you take a road trip to SummerSlam?
Cleveland?
Yeah,
like, what is out there?
SummerSlam. Lexus King had a good match tonight. He definitely needed that win. We're going to move on to this. This is interesting now because now we see an actual opponent who can actually kick his ass, possibly Dijak Obafemi. We're going to see how that's going to turn out, but we're not going to see that tonight. We see Rich Holland working out. He has a call with his family. Everything's okay. Goes back to grinding and working out, but now we move into this NXT North American Championship match. Jensen taking on Oba, and this actually was a surprising match. I did not think I was going to like this match as much as I did. The results were there, obvious. We knew what was going to happen. Oba told his boy Briggs what he was going to do. He said, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. But Jensen put up a good fight. Some nice spots, nice elbow off the top. Had a nice hell of a power slam that I saw that even was impressive. I couldn't believe he survived to even get this off. And he did get it off. He made this guy look small, actually, for a second. But then Obafemi got back up, and look at this. My God. I mean, the elevation he's getting on these spots is shows you his true raw power. When you have the ability to put a 250-pound man probably extra 6-7 inches in the air off your initial grip and lift, power. Raw power. This guy has real Ahmed Johnson-like power, man. Maybe even stronger than Ahmed in his prime. Power bomb. Wardlow, you should look at this guy's power bomb because it's better than yours. Another power bomb. Right in front of his boy, too. And he told him.
Yeah. And what made it good was that he was leading the match. And how can we say that about rookies just leading a match? It was good. It was believable. This guy could be a big-time player in the main roster. I'm telling you. He has all the tools. He does.
He's 100% natural, and everything you said about him so far has lived up to be true, and I agree with you. I think he's a stud. He's a superstar in the making. Could be somebody that we see in the main roster one day, man.
He has the look, and I know McMahon's not there anymore, but I know he's watching, and I know he likes this because this is his type of guy. This is the look.
Yeah, he's
big guy, muscles, unstoppable.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead. We get to the bridge here. They release, drag it out from the car.
I loved it. I know it was silly and corny to people, but I love the whole thing leading into this. Even the bridge part and them talking. I think they're bringing Tony D back to life with this. This is where he's really, really good at. And it showed here. I love the whole thing about it. Everything. Even
you can see how everything they've been doing with him over the last several years has been leading up to this combination.
I think they're doing so many great things with him in the last 2 weeks than they did with him when he was the tag team champs with Stacks. That's what I think. I think
they're doing this very, very good, very methodical, very slow, very classy. And I think these are going to be memorable matches that he's going to have right now. People are going to.
And Tony D is capable of having a good match, folks.
I think we're going to get a banger, and I think we're even going to get a new NXT champion, man.
I hope so. I really do.
Muhammad Ali going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Look,
he's part of WrestleMania 1.
Ali should have won years ago, but this is Philly. I'm kind of disappointed there's only one person from Philly.
But we still have time. We'll see what happens. U.S. Express, Bull, Nakano, long overdue. Muhammad Ali, like you said, long overdue. But yeah, we need some other people in there from ECW. We need Marty Jannetty in there. It was an ECW original in '95. Come on.
Yeah, you gotta put somebody there.
Let's go, people. Gigi Dolan, Jay's favorite wrestler in the world, taking on Ariana Grace. And I guess I don't know how to feel about this. I call this the PP match. It looks like they're both trying to hold PPs.
You gotta say it's a little creative, right? Because I didn't expect the finish to go like this. I really didn't. I mean, it's not going to hurt as much as us, but you got to say it's a little creative. It's something that was out of the box for me. But Ariana Grace is killing her character, and now I would love to see where this goes. I'm actually interested in Gigi becoming a servant.
Okay, we're gonna find out what's gonna happen. I actually enjoyed this. I think you're not wrong. It's definitely it's creative. It's original.
Yeah.
We'll see what it's gonna lead to here. Lola Vice is the only one that's relevant in this entire picture, in my opinion. And then we have Brindley Reese coming in and getting dragged away.
And who was she with that dragged her away?
Yeah.
And what did I say a few weeks back? You bring this girl back with them, they'll get the push. There you go. Why is she wrong? Savage, you should be asking yourself, gee, Jay, that sounds smart, because why are they coming out of nowhere in this segment and dragging her away?
It's obvious. They're kidnapping her.
Either that or she's going to be on their side when they're going to win. I'm telling you.
Big milestone for the WWE. They surpassed 100 million subscribers. The new subscriber total is more than the NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL
Can't
combined.
believe it. That's a Red Diamond Award. That's Red Diamond.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's a Red Diamond Award. It's crazy.
Pretty wild. Kiana James with Izzy Dame going to have a tag team match. Thea Hale's tag team partner was attacked and hurt. Obviously, she won't be able to. So Thea Hale's about to have a handicap match. She says, I'll take on both you bitches, man. Let's go. Fallon Henley says, nah, I got your back. She comes out. Nice. That was a nice kick to the head. Fallon Henley's really improved. Great in-ring worker. I think she's probably the most talented of all four females in the ring right there as far as like actual wrestling acumen and knowledge and execution. She is awesome right now. She is an awesome talent. I think I see big things for Miss Fallon Henley. Big improvement over the last 2 years. She's so much better today than when I first started watching her. And look, she could see it here. She knows how to build that hot tag up. Thea Hale comes in, goes nuts, but at the end, Kiana James, her spine buster, maybe the best female spine buster in the business, gets the job done. Thea Hale takes the loss, and then we get into this weird part here. Poor JC has to get. Listen, Thea, I like you, Thea, but, come out here, you're looking and sounding like an ass. Thea Hale, sounding like an ass. Wow. JC used you and abused you, and, I'm glad that you turned back into the old you, though. She says, you know what? I'm going to be me again. I'm better than you. What did you see in all this, Jay?
I'll tell you what I saw. The match made absolutely no sense whatsoever for Jay. No sense whatsoever for Jay. I'm going to say that one more time. No sense whatsoever that we need to put Thea Hale in a wrestling tag team match with Fallon Henley against Kiana James, that Izzy Dame, that means nothing to the story, because the story, believe it or not, is with JC Jane. It's been for the last 3 months when she was with Chase U, when she was changing her as everybody thought, well, she's going to be heel, but she was just stuck in the middle. Now you cut into the segment after the match, which we should give a damn about, but this is my problem with it. My problem is they're rushing it. It feels rushed, that you're just pulling the trigger and Thea Hale just saying, I'm going back to my old self, when there's a lot of time for stand and deliver. I just thought that trigger was pulled too fast. I would not have done that.
Not a bad take. I think she said too much. I think this could have been saved for next week's reaction to all this.
Say that?
Should have let it,
absolutely.
Maybe even a couple of weeks. She has to come back.
Or 2 more weeks.
Yeah. Come back at the end and cause a big ruckus and, get your point across. Build it up, as people would say.
Yeah.
All right, we get into this nonsense here, okay? Go ahead. Well, I'll just take it, man.
Yeah, it is nonsense. It was even more nonsense with we took it for the first guy, whoever won, and he's standing right there, A-Kid, a.k.a. Axiom. I still think, believe it or not, that the Heritage Cup belongs to that crew, because there are wrestlers there, and that's a wrestling cup, so yes.
I'm going to show you one picture, and I want you to give me less than 10 words to describe it.
Horrible. Don't know what to do with my life. I can't believe I signed back to WWE when they fired us. I can't believe it. Oh, my God. We're wearing the Good Brothers shirt thinking we're in TNA Impact, but now we're in WWE NXT. We were on SmackDown, but they had nothing for us, so here we are. So we're cutting here a promo that basically makes absolutely no sense.
Definitely more than 10 words. How about this one? Give me less than 10 words on this one.
Horrible, horrible, horrible.
Definitely less than 10 words. I like it. Now, we get into my match of the night. I thought this was match of the night because it was well executed. All right. Sean Spears came out, took a hellacious choke slam through a table.
You said this was match of the night? Where? Where did you see match of the night from this? No, you're joking, man. You're joking.
I liked it.
You're talking about Thea. You must be talking about Thea.
I had a big fight feel. Sean Spears.
What was match of the night for you that did it for you? Out of this, what was the best move that did match of the night for you?
The whole psychology of it. Him trying to avoid spazzing, and then he did spaz.
Psychology of it. Excuse me, my man. He just made his debut, what, last week? What is the psychology here in 2 weeks?
He's trying to play with his head. He's trying to really mess with his head.
Okay, I'm just going to save everybody. First of all, Rich character, everybody, is bad.
That was great.
It's so bad. It's the sad dad gimmick calling his wife with his kids and everything. It's not working. I've said a million times it's cringeworthy. Sean Spears.
Dude, the choke slam through the table was lit. And then, the C4 on the chair was an awesome thing.
No, Sean Spears' character in AEW is the same as this, and AEW he got more over than he is in NXT. Nobody's falling into this. I'm not either. So what? You made him turn.
You're not impressed with the C4?
Where's this supposed to go? Now he's a little heelish.
Look at him.
Where's it supposed to go? I hope this snaps the Rich Holland character we're getting now, because that's bad. I'm sorry.
So you didn't like this match at all?
No, I did not like this match. Wow, you know why? I'll tell you why. They're rushing it. 2 weeks.
You're thinking it was too much for one match.
It's rushed already. It's done. Okay. Look, what did he say at the end over there? What did he say at the end?
I think this is far from done.
I got you. That's it. It's done.
It's not done. Done.
It is done.
No way. But you know what? We're going to wait and see what's going to happen next week on NXT. If that saga is going to continue between Sean Spears and Ridge Holland, I think it's going to continue. I think Ridge Holland's going to come back and spaz out and snap and hurt Sean Spears.
I'll lose that character.
Roxanne Perez versus Tatum Paxley next week. We have also next Tuesday the triple threat tag team qualifiers: Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Hank Walker, Tank Ledger, Axiom, Nathan Frazier versus the two members of the No Quarter Catch crew. You got to wonder, which two members do you think it's going to be?
I'm going to say Drew Gulak and Damon Kemp, but I think it should be Miles Bourne.
Okay. That's a good call. I think you might be right about that. And next week, also, we get the Heritage Cup match. We're going to get one member of the Quarter Catch crew versus Rock. So what's cool about this, though,
be Miles Bourne.
I do like this concept that any one of them can defend the Heritage Cup. That's pretty sick. We have 4 Heritage Cup champions at the same time. The thing with WWE so great is they make the rules on their own. I mean, we said with the New Day, any 3 could just go and defend the tag team belt. That's what happens when you produce a TV show. You can write the story and the chapter and the seasons.
People think they're idiots and have
Dragunov versus Tony D'Angelo, NXT Championship stand and deliver. I'm calling it right now. I think Tony D, it's his time. He's paid his dues. He's been a great champion, and I think it's a good test run to see where his needle is at. Can he move Merc?
Will you be there? Will you be there Saturday?
Time does it start? 12 o'clock?
12 o'clock.
No, I will not be there. I will be at WrestleCon. Speaking of WrestleCon, I guess we can bang these out real quick. You're watching Wrestling with Savage, WWE Weekly Update. Come back tomorrow. We'll do the AEW one. You can watch me on Arrival anytime on Triller TV. Me and Spencer Slade taking over the pro wrestling world. We got some breaking news coming soon with our next show, our next lineup. Merch is in print right now, and it's going to be incredible because we started in 2024. You can support Savage. Go pick up a t-shirt from the Pro Wrestling Tee Store Wrestling with Savage. Support the wrestling universe. You can meet legends like Rob Van Dam, just like my son did right here. He met Rob and Katie Forbes, and trust me, he had a good time. And we have Mick Foley, March 17th. Coming up this weekend, I'll be there with the three faces of Foley. I wonder which one he's going to show up as, but it doesn't matter. I know Foley well, and he's going to be very happy to see me, talk to me, and probably eat something from Martha's Country Bakery. You see what I did there? And we have Chuck Palumbo also going to be in the building. Tony Gurria coming up as well, Wrestling Universe, Stan Hansen. And then at WrestleCon, WrestleMania weekend, if you're going to be in the Philadelphia area, come on down to WrestleCon at the Sheraton Hotel, downtown Philadelphia. You can meet the daughter of Roddy Piper, Teal Piper, and Demos. You can also meet Marty Jannetty, who will be in the building. Tatanka will be there on Saturday. Black Dahlia will be there. Marty Jannetty also going to be sitting next to Zaya Brookside one of those days. We have Savage, of course. I'll be there. I'll definitely be there all 3 days with Tatanka. Zaya Brookside, Teal Piper, Demos. It's going to be a good time. Marty Jannetty. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Shawn Michaels might even come out of the woodworks to come say hi to Marty Jannetty. Shawn's going to be there all weekend long. Let's be honest about it. So my plan is to have breakfast with Shawn Michaels one of those 3 days because I need to talk to the Heartbreak Kid about my contract at NXT for my client Spencer Slade because he's better than anybody in that building right now. It's just the way it is.
True,
Black
man.
Dahlia, by the way, doing big things. I can't say anything on her behalf right now, but from what I've heard, big things are coming for Black Dahlia. You will see her. I'll just say this, plain and simple. You will see her on TV. You will see her on the big screen in movies. Not going to tell you where or what, but crazy shit going down for Black Dahlia. Let's get back to NXT real quick because that wasn't the end of the night. We had Trick Williams coming out to do his thing. And Jay, I'll give you a little chance to tell me what you thought about the experience that Metaphor bring you. And of course, hold on. I got to say this. This was great. This is good shit.
This was the best part.
I don't think they've ever gone harder to make someone look good on NXT than they did tonight.
It was real. It was real. That was real. And I loved it. I think this was the highlight of the whole promo. And he killed it on the promo. I think Trick still has that fire. And this is just the icing on the cake, man. I mean, that was fantastic. I thought it was great. I feel like I thought it was great.
What's crazy is if it's real, like you say it is, the fact that they're now developing this into a storyline, it's great for business and it's great for their personal life because they're going to have experience unlike most people, that have
They
one.
might be dating. You never know.
This might be the whole. Dude, this could be huge. I mean, listen, we could get a wedding out of this on NXT.
Hey,
Carmelo crashes the wedding and just rips the cake and destroys everything.
A lot of people, listen, a lot of wrestlers meet their wives like this, the storyline.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but we're gonna get I think we're gonna get a TV wedding out of it. You'll probably then get a real wedding. TV wedding will get ruined by Carmelo Hayes. It'll be an ongoing saga. It's gonna be crazy.
They have to play this out. They have to keep
100%. Yeah, they need to have babies immediately.
Next week they got to do something else.
But Trick Williams looked great, man. Like I said, for a man watching another man like this, act like this, put hands on other men, beat their ass down, talk shit to Carmelo Hayes, and tell a woman that she's staring at him, then grabs the woman and she kisses him. He didn't even have to kiss her. She kissed him. She submitted to him on national television on the USA Network. Trick Williams has never looked so damn good in his damn life.
And I'm hyped for the match. I'm even hyped for the match now.
I'm hyped for the match too. That's how I know NXT was good tonight because we went over the 1 hour mark, but that's okay.
It's okay. It was good.
We'll be back tomorrow to talk about AEW. We'll see what they're going to do over there with the shenanigans. Tony Khan and his little circus. We'll see what he's going to do.
Rushes.
What are we looking forward to tomorrow night? What's the big match tomorrow?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't care. We'll find out tomorrow night, Wednesday night. You know what that means. It's time to make fun of Excalibur. I'll talk to you all later right here on Wrestling with Savage. Later.
let me get it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
God sent me Spencer Slade so we could take over professional wrestling.
Slade, and with fight promoter, Wrestling with Savage.
And we show everybody exactly who Spencer Slade is, exactly who SNS is, exactly what suplexes and submissions are capable of. Are you ready to show everyone out there who you are? It's time. Spencer Slade, the world's greatest professional wrestler. And when it's said and done, this man is a legend. On your damn hands and knees and thank me for bringing you Spencer Slade. Are you ready to show New York City and the world exactly who the hell you are? Independent Wrestler of the Year and the uncrowned world champion.
Might be out.
What's that leg? Might be a little too close to the bottom.
You guys got him in there. He's sitting in the chair. Right there.
Professional wrestling right here in Queens, New York, Spencer Slade.
I don't just beat other wrestlers up. I beat other fans up too. So you want a suplex or do you want a submission, huh?
I'm Savage. I don't know who you are. You understand? You understand?
Yeah, I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him.
I got him. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Get this guy out of here.
Savage, take your man to the back.
The whole locker room is on notice. Leo Rush was talking about he's going to be the next world champion. I got bad news for you, Leo Rush. There's someone in front of you, and his name is Spencer Slade. You're looking at the next champion in the world. We're going to make a lot of money, Slade. We're going to make a lot of money. We're going to come right back here and invest it and make even more money, because that's what winners do. New York City is ours. Savage here with Mr. Slade, because Spencer is no more. I've reprogrammed this man into a killer. It's over. The fun and games are over. We're not playing games. Slade is going to take over this business. He's out here. He's working hard. Savage has him working harder than he ever has in his entire life. And he understands what must be done. He understands that he must turn into the most psychotic suplex submission machine possible, so we can continue to do what we've been doing, which is destroying all the opposition. Violence and suffering, you have seen nothing yet. You will see violence. You will see suffering unlike anything. Because when it's said and done, this man is gonna drop the apocalypse on your organization. And I'm sick and tired of all the crap from management. Get your stuff together, because he is the main event. Oh, you're with your daughter. Well, guess what? Your daughter's about to watch this.
Come on, man, give me a break.
No, no breaks for Tony. No breaks for Tony. Come on, sit your ass down. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Let's go, Slade. Mission accomplished. see you next time, Tony. Try to see you.
Touch him. I didn't touch him.
I think I never get him. Shut your mouth! Shut your mouth! You also